Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. We've got another Seahawks video to get to today, but first we just hit 2,110 subscribers to the YouTube channel. Big jump since yesterday. Shout out to all the subscribers, old and new. And as always, special tip of the cap goes to the channel members, including elite channel members, HaWKxXAsYLuM, Brandon Mikel, Scott Todd, Rip, Hasher for MVP, and VGK Tigers 75. All right, it's Tuesday. You guys know what the schedule is today. You guys know what we're doing today. That's right, we're taking a look at the situational play calling of the Seattle Seahawks through now 14 games. And through 14 games, not a lot is going to change in terms of percentages because we've run so many plays already this season, almost 900 offensive snaps, that even a drastically different game plan in one or two particular games isn't going to flip things all of a sudden. However, the point of this series is to evaluate the offense for the whole season, not just week by week. So that's fine. Now, against Washington, Seattle ran the ball almost as much as they passed the ball. And in this particular game, against this particular matchup, it made a lot of sense why they wanted to do that. They were playing a great defensive line in Washington. Now, our offensive line did a great job of holding them down and preventing them from really getting any pressure on Wilson at all. But going into that game, you would have said that, hey, we need to lean on the running game. We need to let Wilson just kind of manage this game, try to avoid turnovers, try to avoid big negative plays, and we'll try to win this game with our defense and our running game. Now, I think maybe we went a little too far in that direction, but I do appreciate recognizing the fact that Washington has that great defensive line, and Washington was missing a bunch of linebackers, so you can attack that part of their defense. So, looking at these percentages through 14 games overall, you will see a lot of numbers have come up. The overall run percentage is unchanged. We are at 40%, which is what it was last week. We did come up from 20th place in the league to 19th in the league, so we are now approaching more the, median point when it comes to how often we're running the ball compared to everybody else, which isn't exactly what I wanted, but to a certain extent, Wilson did this to himself with the way he played in some of the games this year. He did not show that he could be a QB who could drop back and throw the ball 45 to 50 times a game and still consistently play at a high level. So some of these run percentage numbers bumping up a little bit, it's something that Wilson kind of did to himself with the way he was playing at one point. So as we go through, I'm going to continue to remind myself of that we tried a wide open pass the ball all the time offense, and the results were not stellar. In fact, we got a lot of turnovers and a lot of bad plays. All right. First down run percentage, 47%, which I believe is, just 1% up from where it was, actually unchanged from last week. We did go to 21st in the league, so in terms of our placement compared to the rest of the NFL, we're basically in the same place, 21st in the league. Again, I'm not going to be too upset about it. 21st in the league is pretty solid for me, given what this roster is and how this team is playing and what this team is doing. And when you factor in the matchup we had against Washington specifically, it makes a lot of sense. All right. Good news here. First and very long, nada. This team is on pace to average less than 1 first and long per game. Again, in previous years, it was close to 2 per game. So this team has done a phenomenal job getting off the pre-snap penalties. First down and very long looks like it could be like 5 or 6 on the whole season. Less than half of what it was last year. So that's a pretty remarkable turnaround. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. It seems like getting a few different offensive linemen into this system has improved our ability to prevent pre-snap penalties by a lot. So some of it is because we keep wasting timeouts, which I don't like, but there is something to be said for avoiding false starts on first down, and we've done a pretty good job of that. All right, now we go on to second down. This number did come up a couple of percentage points, I believe. In fact, came up 2%, we did a lot of running the ball on second down. In fact, we went all the way up to 17th in the league in our second down run percentage. So basically right smack dab in the middle of the league. And again, it's not the kind of offense that I would design in my head if I was designing an NFL offense. But it has to be said that if Russell Wilson didn't have all those bad games and some of those turnovers that he had in the middle point of this season, maybe we wouldn't be doing this right now. And maybe this is just the side effect of Wilson maybe showing that he wasn't ready for that level of responsibility. So keeping that in mind, we move on to second down and medium. It's basically the same as second down overall, 38%, which is 15th in the league, right near the middle of the league, very average. 15th. Again, given what's been going on with this team lately and given the matchup we had this week against the football team, makes sense to me. Second down and long. Let's take a look here. What changed? It came up a good amount. We ran the ball a few times, I think, on second and long against Washington. Yes, we actually did it 4 times. And you guys know how I feel about second down and 10 run plays. I think they are a waste. I think they are a recipe to have your drive end in a punt. I don't like them. And I don't like seeing this number go up. Even with the stuff I'm seeing with Wilson lately, and even in this matchup, I don't really like it. It didn't really hurt us a ton against Washington, but we did only score 20 points in that game. And when I'm trying to do a post-mortem on this game, trying to figure out why did we only score 20 points in this game, I'm going to be looking at stuff like this. I'm going to be looking at stuff like running the ball on 4 of your second and longs. So 20th in the league is not bad. It's a big improvement over where it was the last 2 years, but this is trending in the wrong direction for me, regardless of how Wilson happens to be playing. Third down, we did tick down a little bit in terms of our third down run percentage to 27%, which is more or less in line with what we saw the last 2 years. We are now 9th in the league in running the ball on third down, which it's better than it was the previous 2 years in terms of pure ranking. I don't know if I feel like it's gotten that much better, but I don't know. We're not a good third down team most of the time, it seems like to me. We're not a good third down team. So when I'm trying to diagnose why that might be, I'm looking at something like this and going, are we running the ball too much on third down? And third down and long, we did have a few of these against Washington. We ran the ball once and passed the ball a few times. 44% of our plays on third and long are run plays. First in the league by a pretty wide margin. Yeah, you guys know how I feel about that. I don't need to repeat myself here. So, look, we ran the ball a lot against Washington. I cannot argue with the results because we ran the ball very effectively. A lot of our best offensive plays against Washington were running plays. However, in a game like the game we're about to play against the Rams and teams we may play in the playoffs, I'm having a hard time believing that this is going to cut it. I'm having a hard time believing that the Washington game plan will cut it. You need to be able to spread the defense out, go 4 wide or 5 wide, and air it out. You need to be able to throw the ball on 70% of your plays and continue to do so efficiently and effectively. So this stuff is fine. These numbers going up in a game against Washington specifically is fine. But I'm looking for next week to see a different game plan that is designed to outscore a team like the Rams that has a good offense. And that Rams defense overall is better than the Washington defense. So you're not going to be able to attack them in the same ways. It's not going to be that simple. You're going to have to find a way to beat them with the passing attack. And if I don't see that against Washington, I'm going to start questioning some of the supposed growth we had this year, because when the rubber met the road, were we able to move the ball through the air consistently against a really good team and a really good defense? So this is fine for now, but next week is going to be very educational in terms of evaluating where this offense is. I'm going to get out of here. Peace out. Go Hawks. Streams later. Video tomorrow. You guys know the drill. Keep an eye out. The 2021 giveaway will be announced soon. And I know everybody's going to want to get in on that. But for now, I will say peace out and go Hawks.